Sometimes, no matter how many years pass, you can't seem to escape the ghosts of your past. Memories cling to you like shadows, lurking in places you thought you left behind. Today, I'm taking you on a journey to a place that still haunts me, a place called Falling Water. When I was in the 6th grade, my family moved to a remote piece of land in Tennessee. 17 acres of rural paradise, filled with creeks, ponds, and barns. On the surface, it was a perfect playground for a young country kid. But beneath that facade, something was off, very off. It started with the barrels. 2 large, blue plastic barrels, thick and heavy. They sat between a shed and a fence, stacked and forgotten, exposed to the elements. My brother and I did what any curious kids would do, cut into one to turn it into a boat. But after we set sail, we both got burned, literally. The chemical burns on our skin were intense, and we couldn't shake the question, what was inside those barrels? The burns faded, but the questions remained. We began to notice other strange things. Abandoned vehicles, old, gutted, and lifeless, scattered around the property like forgotten relics. Some were old Plymouth Dusters, others were Jeep Cherokees, stripped bare, with no trace of their former lives. Why were they there? And what were they hiding? Then there was the shed, locked up tight in the middle of a dog pen, with a heavy master lock on the door. When we finally broke in, we found more than we bargained for. Suitcases, clothing, old cassette tapes, CDs, even road signs. Strange belongings that seemed out of place. It was as if someone had stored memories in that shed, memories that didn't belong to them. The pieces began to fit together when my brother shared something with me years later, something that chilled me to the core. He told me about the disappearances. In the 80s and 90s, people went missing in the Falling Water area, and their cases were never solved. It made us wonder, could those barrels have been more than just chemical storage? Could those gutted cars have once belonged to those who vanished? And then there were the mounds of loose limestone that dotted our property. Why would anyone choose to build on unstable ground like that? Looking back, it feels more like a graveyard than a foundation. Were these mounds hiding more than just rocks? For years, I tried to shake it off, to tell myself it was just my imagination. But deep down, no, there's something more sinister lurking beneath the surface. Even now, the nightmares won't leave me. I keep dreaming about that land, about the barrels, the shed, the mounds, and it feels like I'm being called back. That's why, tonight, I'm going back. I need to find out the truth, whether it's all in my head, or if something terrible happened. There's something that's been covered up for too long. Maybe I'll uncover a mystery. Maybe I'll find nothing. But if you don't hear from me after this, remember the barrels. Remember the mounds. The truth might be buried there somewhere.